On repeat bookings, so obviously, probably the most first impression is the most important. The way you look, the way your place look, and what kind of service and what kind of treatment you provide. If you want someone to come back and become your loyal client, first of all, you also have to educate people, especially when it comes to skincare, that it's not a one-time thing, that it's something that you have to do consistent. I very often give to my people an example, same as your exercise and your body and your diet. You have to do the same with your skin. It's something that needs to be taken care of like 24/7, and you never stop. And you have to educate people, you have to give them the options. And every time when someone comes in for the first session, I always say, the bottom line is that we do a deep pore cleansing facial right now, and I never see you again. But everybody has more concerns than deep pore cleansing. It's puffiness, it's wrinkles, it's sun damage, it's pigmentation, it's post-acne scars, breakouts, melasma, whatever it is. It's something that needs consistency, and that's where it comes, skincare, retail. You have to make sure that people using and doing something at home what needs to be done. And you always check on them, you checking on their progress, you reaching out, you always in touch with them, and that's what makes them become loyal.
Yeah. And client loyalty in a market, especially a saturated market, like where you're at in your location, like clients have tons of options, right? So getting real loyalty. And I think that there's probably a lot of like really subtle luxury cues for clients, in terms of design, communication, like you were talking about there, and how you're sharing that and following up, and the service itself. And if you were going to think just generically, like for other med spa practices out there, what do you think some of those cues should be that a med spa should implement in order to elevate perception and increase retention?
Repeat the question one more time. I have to think about it.
Yeah, just what kind of luxury cues inside the practice and design or communication or service should any med spa implement immediately just to elevate that perception and increase retention of those patients?
Well, 100% follow-ups. And as I said earlier, you have to educate people. People want to be educated. Unfortunately, what I had to deal before I started my own practice and I was a patient, not a lot of practitioners want to share what actually works. I don't know the reason why does it work like this, but most of the times people wanna hide some sort of information that people actually wants to know since you're a practitioner. Maybe this is the mistake what other businesses make. They're trying to sell more and make the client become loyal and come back and get more procedures. But in the end of the day, when people don't see that you honest and you do it from your heart, people feel it.
Yes.
And I think it's very, very important to be honest and actually understand the concern, because sometimes people might come in, she will say, I have certain concerns, but you're gonna look at her and you have to explain that everything is fine and you don't have to do anything, you already look great. And if you're gonna go more intense and add more procedures, it's might actually gonna make you look worse. This is another case that actually happens very often. So I think for you as a provider and a professional who wants to have a trust and loyalty, it's you have to be honest, and you have to treat your patient as your family, or at least as your very, very close friend.